That's probably where you find the best people. But
Right.
so you go out and you scout for talent. I'm also a little bit of the manager. I'm taking on a little bit of a lot.
Gotcha.
And my sister, so it's her company.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Cosmic Nation Productions.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted this position ever since she told us that she wanted to have a company, when she was just talking about it.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you. So, you say I wear many hats and I'm a singer. I never really had any desire to be an artist. I love singing. I love performing. I'll never stop doing that. But I never had any desire to be a solo artist. I really like working behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I mean? I like
Right.
having a hand in, the music and what's going on. So, my sister talked to me about it, and she's like, listen, you're going to have to, take these classes. You're going to take music business classes. You're going to have to do all these things. And that's what I've been doing all of these years. Someone said to me, they're like, what are you doing? We don't see you anymore. You're not singing. I'm like, listen, I have a goal. I am out here hustling.
Right.
It's a family business.
Right.
I really want to keep it in the family. And I really want to, I'm very overprotective of her.
Mm-hmm. Very much
she's
so.
been through a lot in the business. So who better than
Right.
me to,
Right.
make sure everything is smooth and up and running. But
So
that's what the A&Rs do.
So I was going to say that, so with A&R, you're trying to make sure that your artist is okay overall, because everyone does not understand what A&R, what their jobs really are.
Your job
overall
is you find the artist and you are their mentor. You know what I mean? You want to make sure the music is okay, the production is okay. I mean, you're there. You're like their spokesperson.
Right.
That's what you're supposed to be,
And I think people don't understand how much work that really takes.
Oh, my goodness. So I have been, since I've got the position, I have not been sleeping because I want to I'm really a workaholic. I'm constantly going out. Really, I'm focusing on the artists we have now on our label, which we have 5.
Okay.
So it's a lot of, okay, let me just be exact because I'm all over the place. So I'm trying to, get, you're trying to, book interviews and on radio stations and podcasts and things like that. I'm literally up all night. I'm sending out emails. I'm responding to emails. People are on top of me getting called in to do, can you do this voiceover commercial? Can you come in the studio and do this, do this gig for us? So it's a lot of work.
Right.
Sorry, I'm all over the place with that.
No, you're good. You're good with us. But I just wonder if you had something to say to anyone out there as far as up and coming artists, what should they do? Whether it's methods of perfecting their craft or how to even just going for an interview, like things like, just little nuggets like that, because I hear a lot of people out there on the street like, yeah, I'm trying to get on or whatever, and people won't hear me or whatever else. Just a little nugget, something you might suggest?
I've had some people reach out to me ever since, and now it's like, oh my goodness, you can put us on the label, and I'm like, listen, if you want to be singer or musician, whatever, you have to be serious.
Right.
You have to, first of all, you have to like it, and not just to get money out of it, but you have to genuinely just love playing the drums, playing the violin, being
Right.
a singer. That has to genuinely be a passion. And honestly, if I were to sign you on a label, vocals are extremely important to me. Again, because I'm a singer myself,
Right.
vocals are so important. Your pitch, and not just the skill of being a singer, your performance. You know what I'm saying? How are you, on the stage? Yes, I saw a group the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to be honest, they would have been so awesome had they taken that performance seriously. The vocals were really good. The vocals were actually very good. The The musicians were really good, but the performance itself, it was kind of like a circus act.
Hmm.
And
That's interesting.
I was so disappointed. And they reached out to me afterwards and, asked how it was. And I try to I always give my honest opinion. I try to make sure it does not come across like I am criticizing you.
Right.
I'm just critiquing you.
Right.
I've been critiqued. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I still get critiqued, and I love that. You want that. I want to be better. But I was honest in telling them that I think you guys are great here, here, and here, but I think you need some work here, here, and here. And I just got laid out.
Okay.
And all of that stuff. Oh, you think you're this, and I'm like, well,
wow,
I'm sorry
really?
that you feel that way, but
yeah.
That's my honest opinion. I have watched my sister work her behind off.
Right.
I mean, when we were younger, I would literally sit at her feet, watch her play her guitar, and just be in awe. And I mean, let's say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every day she would get up, and she would get up early in the morning,
okay,
and she would start practicing, and it would just go on for hours, and then the band would come over. And
right.
then, so I really got a good dose of what it is to really want to be in this business and, to work hard and to sacrifice and, you know what I mean? The blood, sweat, and tears of it all. So, yeah.
So let me ask you this. So with the, you're talking about your sister, and you're watching her, as she's progressing through, striving through whatever she has to do to become a professional, and for her to make a lifestyle out of this, right? So how has that motivated you, or what type of experience was that for you, and how you maneuver today? Because I think one of the things that some people don't have is that built-in motivator. They're trying to be motivated by a lot of outside things, but what is it like for you to have that internal, you wake up in the morning and just motivation when you wake up? What is that like?
Motivation.
Because,
I think early, I mean, I was always motivated to perform, to do something because of my sister. I mean, she's a huge influence,
right?
On, why. I think that early on, I really knew, I knew that I didn't want to be a soloist, but I was very motivated to just work in the business.
Got you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it does. Because I think that people don't understand.
The motivation,
Uh-huh.
seeing, I mean, my sister motivates me. I have to keep going back to her. She has definitely been a huge influence and has motivated me. I've seen her, I mean, she's had music stolen from her. She's going through a lot. I've seen her just break down and cry and then still get up. And I've seen her break down and cry like before, right before a show. And then it's like, get it together, step it up, go out there and do it. And that was like, wow, that was very inspiring. And like, man, if she can still get up and do this, and, I can do it too.
So Sandra,
I would say I don't really look to other people for, well, let me be careful with inspiration. You do look to people for inspiration. I don't look up to any other really outside people.
Right.
I have to be honest. I think a lot of my motivation, inspiration, icon, all of that, it really comes from within my family. I look up to my parents a lot. They have supported us so much. I mean, early on, my sister knew she wanted to be a musician. Both of our parents were teachers.
Right.
And a lot of parents, would not be in support of that. I've experienced that with friends who are just so unbelievably talented. It's breathtaking. And they don't have that support from home. Mm-hmm. And it makes me emotional because I'm sure, my parents probably wanted us, in their minds to be I don't know. You know what I mean? Something else. When you tell your parents you want to be a singer, a musician, or something like that, it's kind of like, okay, and it's looked over. But my parents embraced that, and because they supported us and they put so much time, love, support, money into that, I'm like, wow, I can't turn my back on this gift. I can't.
Right.
So, does that answer the question?
So Chanda, real quick, just in case our listeners don't know who your sister is, could you tell us who your sister is, please?
My sister, her name is Chanda Cullars, and she is a member of George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelic. She also has her own band, and that is the production company. She is Chanda Cullars. Listen, don't.
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure.
I really don't like talking about me. I'm like,
right,
whatever.
But
I talk about my sister all day. Yeah, Chanda Cullars, my sister.
Good.
She's the dopest. She's a great
I just
person.
wanted to make sure that all the neighbors that are listening, so they know who you're talking about, because you
Chanda
mentioned.
Cullars. Hello.
Yeah, and it's very important that we knew who she was. So they are, a lot of people already listened to her interview with us. So just wanted to make sure that they understood the connection between you and her.
Right.
Yeah.
So, again, fun fact: Chanda and I used to sing on a choir together.
Oh.
So when she
swing low, sweet chariot.
So I've been blessed to hear Chanda grow as an artist. Singing at a young age, I guess.
Right.
In our teenage years, we've traveled together and things like that. So I've been able to see Chanda kind of grow. From as an artist, as a person, as a parent, and that's why I said, this one of my good friends. Chanda to me is someone that you can really depend on. You get what I mean? And when she's talking about this music thing, I think y'all need to listen because she knows what she's talking about.
And plus, she seems very passionate about it,
right?
And she seems like she really had took her time and studied everything that she needed to study. So I just want to ask you real quick: when you do your talent search, is there a particular, do you just look for R&B, rap, or what do you look for in the artist?
Well, specifically for our company, we are really just doing funk and rock at the moment. I'm not saying that might not expand in the future, but for right now, that is what I am looking for.
Right.
Funk and rock artists, and I'm a stickler. Like I said, I grew up with somebody who, played for George Clinton. And so it's I'm very, hello, little one. Mommy will be right there.
So he can join the conversation.
That don't stop, honey. That mommy job don't stop. Mommy will be right there.
That's right.
So, so yeah, that is what I'm looking for. Okay. Funk and rock. That's what it is right now. I wanted to say something about what you just said about being in youth mass. Listen, I have to say this. Youth mass was some of the best times in my life. Youth mass, absolutely being part of the youth mass choir, AME, youth mass choir, get it right.
Right.
Was that was a big change for me. That really sparked passion in me for real. Diane Dixon.
Gotcha.
Diane Dixon, who was our choir director.
Right.
Listen, you don't know a good choir director until you have worked with Diane Dixon. I'm going to say it again.
That's funny.
You don't know a good choir director because this live, I'm going to get this out. Diane she really helped me become the singer and performer I am today.
Wow.
I've got to say that. I am very, if you guys kind of can't tell, I'm very shy. I'm outgoing.
Really? Are you?
But I'm very shy. I really don't like to talk that much. Don't laugh.
No.
Everybody laughs when I say
Are
that.
you?
Lee. Everybody laughs when I say that. But it's true. It's true. But Diane really pulled